everyone. We all look like you're ready for a nap. I hate to break it to you, but I start class in a seated position, so you're going to have to work your way back up. But thank you so much for being here. If we haven't met, my name is Jeanne. I'll be leading you in your YIN class this evening. So we'll begin by just taking a couple of nice, full, deep breaths. So take a moment to find your sit bones, feel that connection to the earth, to the ground beneath you. And then we're going to take a couple of big breaths using our arms to gather the chi, the energy for our practice. So on an inhale, we'll reach up with big, wide open arms on a count of 5. At the top of the breath, the fingertips will touch palms down. We'll pause, and then we're going to press that energy slowly down into our body. Nice and slow. Fabulous. At the bottom of the breath, we'll stack the palms. We'll take another full breath in. Exhale. We'll do that 2 more times. Nice, big, slow inhalation. Filling the body, stretching the breath. Pausing at the top. And exhale, pressing it slowly down, down, down. Stacking the palms again, another nice full breath in. Audible release. Last one, biggest, slowest, fullest breath. And pause. And exhale. Emptying the body fully of the breath. We'll stack the palms, another big breath in, and let it go. Okay, fabulous. Go ahead and lay down on your backs in pinnacle pose. So that means our legs are going to be as wide as your mat, open as a V. Arms are going to be over your head, also open like a V. And just take a moment just to settle in. Feel the connection of the body to your mat, to the earth. Feel your shoulders softening, hips heavy. Our yin practice is a little different, right, than our yang practice. So we start right away with a little sense of surrender. I think I went too far the other way. Take another nice full breath in. And let it go. And then go ahead and walk your feet together to this midline, arms straight up above you. We're going to go into arms on the ground above you, above your head, but on the ground, sorry. And then you're going to kind of walk your hands and your feet over to the right, keeping your torso center. So you're going to kind of make a little banana shape. So your feet and your arms are going to work. So you're going to feel that nice pull through that left side body and breathing into that space. Body can still be soft, heavy. Inhaling back through center, and then walk your hands and your feet over to the left side, keeping that torso kind of stationary so you can feel that gentle pull through the right side of your body. Chiquita bananas. Breathing into what you're feeling. Meet any resistance with a softness of the breath. That steady inhalation and exhalation. Beautiful, and then walk it back to center on your next inhale breath. Pull your knees into your chest, little circles on the base of your spine. Clockwise, counterclockwise, whatever feels good. Beautiful, back to center, and then let's go ahead and extend that right leg long. Keep that left knee in your chest. Take it into that left armpit, so just outside that rib cage. Breath or two here. And then drape it across the body to the right for a gentle spinal twist. Nothing too crazy again. We're just sensing the body. You're welcome to use a bolster to support you. And then coming back through center, let's go ahead the other way, extend that left leg long, pull the right knee into the chest or outside, actually, that right rib cage. When you're ready, after a breath or two, gently guide it across the body for a twist to the left. And back to center one more time. Hug both of your knees into your chest. Maybe take some wide circles, letting the knees fall out, and then bring them back to the center. And then we're going to go into reclining figure 4. So right foot flat, cross that left ankle over the knee and gently pull it in. Breathing into the sensation and what you're feeling. Nice. Release that, and let's take a nice big stretch, fingers to toes. Full breath in. Exhale, let it go. And then hug the knees back into the chest, and then we'll reclining figure 4 on the other side. So the left foot is flat, crossing the right ankle over the knee, threading the hands behind that right leg, or left leg, excuse me. or whatever side you didn't do. So the other side. We just start by observing the breath, the body, taking notes, a little inventory of how we showed up on our mat today. We'll take that knowledge into our practice. One more breath here, and let it go. Releasing the legs and the pose. Hug the knees into your chest, and then just rock over to that left side into a fetal position. Taking a moment just to be still. Giving that energy a moment to settle. Allow yourself to be curious. Maybe you can start to feel the movement of energy through the body from the inside. Our YIN practice gives us that privilege of turning our gaze inward, sitting with the stillness and experiencing that inner landscape. Beautiful. Using the strength of your arms, go ahead and come up to a seated position. So our first pose today is going to be reclining butterfly. So we're going to use our bolster and our blocks on this one. So soles of the feet together, knees open wide. Blocks are to support your thighs or knees. Even if you're really bendy, just have it supported a little bit so that you can really let go of that muscle component and get into that deep connective tissue. And then we're going to lay down onto the bolster, adjust the bolster just to make sure that your entire head, upper spine, and middle spine is supported by the bolster. You'll kind of feel your rib cage wrap around the sides of the bolster. And then you can either place your arms on by your side, you can cactus your arms, you can place one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. Decide what's going to give you that sense of completeness. Take a moment to listen to the body and what it needs. Sometimes we like that openness. Sometimes we want to feel that nice closed circuit of the breath. But however you choose to create the shape, allow your attention to drift to the breath. A nice, gentle, full inhalation and exhalation. So March 1st, how is it possible that we've already are 2/3 through the first quarter? And with this beautiful warm weather and the sound of the birds chirping in the morning, they're busy. We're feeling that natural pull towards spring. So I think last week I told you to kind of resist it, but now this week we're going to start to welcome it. We're not going to run towards it like a sprint, but we're going to begin that gentle meandering, lingering a little bit in that flow of winter and water. going to allow ourselves to start to notice that gentle pull. Start to feel that time of preparation, planning, like a bird who's creating her nest, right? This is that time of creation. But we still need to sit on the eggs. They're not ready to hatch. I have a hummingbird nest right outside my bedroom window. And she's this little mama bird. You know, it's hard for a hummingbird to sit still, but she does her best. And then she runs off, and then she comes back and she finds that stillness again. It's like she's doing a yin yoga practice. Finding that serenity, that warmth, the stillness, and then taking care of business a little bit. Take a nice full breath in, audible exhale, let it go. And then gently take your arms down to your legs and use your arms to lift those thighs back together as you place the feet flat. And then just gently roll that bolster out from under your spine, returning onto your backs. Allow the knees to fall into one another and just take a moment to feel. Spine in the nice neutral position, tapping into the flow of energy. Scoot your hips a little to the left as you roll onto your side into a fetal position again. You can use your arm to support your head for a moment. Allowing yourself to linger. And then pressing gently into your hands, coming back up to a seated position. So we're going to go into dragonfly next. I always like to sit on a blanket. If you want extra height, you can sit on either multiple blankets, a block, or your bolster. Other things to consider, of course, is if you've got tight hamstrings, a rolled blanket or a block under your legs might be nice. And then you always have the option of using your bolster to support you in your forward fold, across your lap, long ways, sideways, or any spinal conditions. You can stand it to support your spine that way. So taking a nice full breath in. On your exhale, you're going to tuck the chin around the spine and allow gravity to guide you down. towards your edge into the sensation. Right? It's like you're tiptoeing into the water. It's taking your time, allowing yourself to adjust to the change of temperature, to the change of shape. Let your feet be floppy. The legs are soft. Arms are soft. Body is rounded and heavy. So we're still dealing primarily with the kidneys and the urinary bladder. The spring is going to start to introduce the interplay with the liver and the gallbladder. So over the next week or two, we'll start to have this little dance, slow and sensual, as we shift into the ever-changing seasons. Whenever there's a change of season, a change of anything, right? Those transitions can make us feel a little off-center. We maybe don't feel as balanced, caught off guard. So be gentle with yourself, patient, both to yourself and others, as we try and gently wade into this shift. As we cultivate and nurture and sit on these eggs, this representation of growth. Allow yourself to let go of anything that you don't need, that's tethering you down. Find that balance between groundedness and a lightness of spirit. Let the breath soften and release. Take a nice full breath in and exhale. Slowly start to walk your hands back towards your body as you unwind the torso. Taking your time, chin, neck, and head. And then bending the legs, bringing them about hip distance. We'll just do a couple of windshield wipers. Releasing, feeling. Then we're going to roll onto our belly into Sphinx pose. So coming onto those forearms about shoulder width, elbows just in front of the knee, toenails are untucked and connected to the earth. Just allow your lower spine and hips to sink into the earth. Let the head be a little heavy, and then just kind of do a little body scan. See if you are in a point of being able to sustain the edge, or if you've got a little too much pressure, you can always walk your hands away from the body, the elbows further away, or take the elbows further, lowering the curvature, lessening the curvature of your spine. So just tune into your body, how it's showing up today on your mat. It's always a little different. So honoring that gives us an opportunity to practicing letting go of expectations of how our practice is supposed to go or be. And just breathe into the present moment. A time where we may feel a little trepidation, right? Change always can make us, like we said, feel uneasy. And remember, the emotion associated with the kidneys and the urinary bladder is fear. So if you feel that hesitation, if you feel a little sense of unease, just acknowledge it. Breathe into it. Allow yourself to feel it. We don't have to resist it. We don't have to hide from it or deny it. Just be present with it. Give it space to move and roam so that you can break it down and let it go. So if you're at your edge, certainly stay where you are. If you want to go a little deeper, you can transition into seal pose by slowly straightening your arms and then turning your hands out just like at a 30-45 degree angle. Just make sure you keep some softness through the joints, the shoulders, the elbows, and then bring your awareness to the spine. This does put a lot more traction onto the spine, so If you realize you've gone past that edge, simply go back to Sphinx. There's nothing to prove, nothing to gain. Just be present with today's experience. If you're in seal pose, we'll all come back down onto our forearms to join our breath and energy together a little longer. Nice full breath in, audible exhale, let it go. Then we'll take those elbows as wide as our mat, stack our hands one on top of each other, lower your forehead to the back of your hands and just let go, sink into the mat. Spine is neutral, sensation is flowing, energy is releasing. Then slide your hands underneath your shoulders, pressing yourself up to a tabletop. You may need to move your knees in a little bit. Just take a couple of cat-cows. Introduce any other movement that feels right to you as you release your spine, your hips. Close your eyes. Go inside. When you're done, go ahead, come back to that neutral tabletop. We're going to sink into a wide leg child's pose, which we also sometimes call tadpole. So toes are touching, knees are wide. If you'd like to put a blanket underneath your knees for a little added support, feel free to do so. And then allow your hips to sink towards your your heels. Now, if you find that, there's a little resistance and you can't bring your hips all the way down, you can either use a blanket or a bolster, so a rolled blanket or a bolster behind your knees so that you can be supported and let go. You can always put a block underneath your forehead. Let the shoulders be heavy. Feel yourself sinking a little deeper with each exhalation. pose helps with our digestion, activates both the liver and the kidney meridians. Letting go, releasing, creating space for something yet to come. We don't have to fill it right away. We can allow ourselves to be empty. Giving yourself permission to be empty. Full breath in, audible release. We're going to come back up to that tabletop position, and we're going to step into sleeping swan on the right side. So some of you know that is pigeon. So we'll step that right foot forward, walk it to the left side, allowing that right knee to drop, and then extend that left leg behind us. First, just kind of coming down onto our forearms. If this is not available to you from your hips or knees, you can always do reclining figure 4 again by crossing that right ankle over the left leg and gently pulling it in. Same pose, just in a different plane. Remember that this is a pose that sometimes we list into that right side, in this case, the bent leg. So we list into that right hip. So you may want to tuck a little blanket or something underneath that right hip. You can always support yourself with a bolster, a blanket. That power of non-doing, allowing us to gently pull on the connective tissue and fascia. Helps us balance the body so that we're not just relying on the muscular skeleton, the strength, but balancing that with range of motion. Keeping those fibrous tissues as lubricated as we can. They don't have a lot of elasticity, so we have to create these shapes and provide a little resistance and tension and traction. Slowly over a longer period of time. The byproduct of that isn't just that extension and range of motion, but we get to practice patience, contemplation, presence. Mindfulness that often get lost in the day-to-day rushing from point A to point B. In this place of contemplation, allow yourself to be curious, exploring the sensations, the emotions, the thoughts, without attachment, without judgment. Take one more nice full breath in, audible sigh. Again, slowly lifting the torso. We're going to swing that left leg forward, going into half butterfly. So we can pause here for a moment. If you want to sit on a blanket again, you can kind of pop one underneath there. If you want to put a block underneath that right knee, you can do that. And then, of course, you can always use your bolster to support your forward fold again. So this is a forward fold and a gentle twist, right? So we're going to be taking a full breath in, slightly turning our body to the left. And then on the exhale, again, we'll be tucking the chin, rounding the shoulders, allowing that gentle descent into the sensation. Body stays soft, legs floppy. Surrendering to the resistance with the breath. We talk about sthira and sukha, that steadiness and ease. And we find that in our inhalation and exhalation. The breath guides us, grounds us. Gentle, let it go. One of the other things I like about this practice is learning to trust. Trusting yourself, creating a relationship with yourself and your body, the sensation. Listening and feeling, responding. Very, very powerful. Take one more nice full breath in. Exhale, let it go. Gently coming up out of the pose, taking your time, unwinding the body. And then we're going to take that right leg, cross it over the left. You can either keep the left leg extended or you can tuck it back by your right hip. We're going to take this as a seated twist. You can use a block if you'd like to support the right hand, which is kind of your kickstand. Then you'll reach up with the left, take a nice full breath in. And as you exhale, bring that left arm across the body and then just allow it to hang. So that elbow will hook in there. You'll feel a nice, gentle twist. We don't have to work ourselves deeper into the pose. Allow the spine to be a little rounded. And then just allow the breath to do its thing. Gently massaging the organs. Trusting the process. As we linger in this last week or two of the winter sequence with the element of water, feel a little sense of excitement, of joy, as we build our way towards the spring. Nothing to fear, nothing to lose. Trusting our power, trusting our path. Another nice full breath in. Audible sigh, let it go. We're going to release our hands over to the left side of our body. Place them down on the ground and lower our head just to release that twist. And then we're going to come up slowly, unwind our legs, extend our legs long in front of us. And then just take a moment to give them a little shake. maybe a gentle little pounding on the sides of the hips and tops of the thighs, inside the knees, wherever you feel there might be a little lactic acid lurking. And then just take a moment to place your hands, cup them on your lap, and just be still. Feel the energy moving inside you. Pathways open, connecting you. Take one more nice full breath in and let it go. So now we're going to repeat that sequence on the left side. So we're going to start with pigeon on the left. So that left leg will be bent. We'll swing that right leg behind us. Again, you may notice that one side's different than the other. So even if you were in sleeping swan on the right side, you may find that reclining figure 4 is better for you on the left. So be open to making adjustments. Be open to listening to what your body needs. As we learn to listen to the body, to connect to ourselves in the stillness, we connect to that inner knowing, that intuition, the third eye. The body knows. Trust the body. Yourself permission to feel what you need to feel. Be present with what is. Take another full breath in. Exhale, let it go. Slowly lifting up our torso. Taking our time, there's no rush. Swinging that right leg forward now. We're going to put that left foot in that right inner thigh. If you want to sit on your blanket again, you can. If you want to use that block underneath that left knee, you can. And again, we're going to take this as a gentle twist. So we're going to, on our inhale, turn the body a little towards that right leg. And then on the exhale, with or without your bolster, tucking the chin, rounding the shoulders, allowing gravity to guide you into the pose, into the sensation. Taking your time, allowing. If we go too fast, we miss the subtleties. It's like watching a sunset, ever-changing colors. Into your spine, into your organs, creating space. The effort to be effortless, right? There's no square pegs that we're trying to force into a round hole. Gently guiding, staying present. Following the breath as it moves in and out the body. The stillness within the body, within the breath, within the thoughts. The simple act of closing your eyes helps quiet the mind. another nice full breath in and release. Audible exhale. And then slowly again, unwinding the body as you walk your hands back. And we'll wrap it up with that twist, taking that left foot over the right. You can either keep the leg extended or tuck it back to the hip. And then if you want to use a bolt block for the left hand, feel free to do so. We'll reach up with the right hand. Nice full breath in. And on the exhale, gently turning the body as we hook that elbow over the thigh. Allow the hand to drop and come back to the breath. That ebb and flow. It's sometimes a little tighter when we're twisting, so just be as gentle as you can. Make it as even as you can. I noticed the citrus blossoms is scent this week for the first time. I feel like they bloomed a little early, I think maybe because it's been so warm, but again, it's just another example of shifting of the season, changes and transformations, right? That gentle bud becomes a flower, becomes a fruit. Grow and expand to fulfill its destiny, but trusting that natural process. It doesn't question it. It doesn't say, will I bloom? Will I fruit? Connecting to nature. Learning from nature. Just a few more breaths. One more nice full breath in and let it go. Releasing the arms over to the right, counter pose. And slowly coming back up, unwinding the legs again. Maybe, give them another little shake. If you want to do a windshield wiper, whatever feels right to you. Sometimes we got to listen to what our body's saying. Actually, all the time. We have to listen to what our body's saying. All right. So that, my friends, concludes the effort part of the practice. So I now invite you to lay down in Shavasana. So take a moment to get yourself nice and cozy. If you want a bolster under your knees, feel free to do that. If you want to be in a more traditional lying down position, do that. Blanket on the body or over the belly sometimes is nice. And enter this pose with the same level of presence and letting go. Scanning the body, noticing any areas of tension or tightness. Take one more nice full breath in. Audible sigh. Surrender, Shavasana. Slowly start to return back to the body by deepening the breath. Little movements to the fingers and toes. Taking your time, there's no hurry. Turning the head side to side. Nice, big, luxurious stretch. Reaching your arms overhead, fingers to toes, full breath in. Audible sigh, let it go. And gently pull your knees in towards your chest as we roll onto our left side. Feel the pull of that almost full moon. Super close. And then pause again. Feel the connection. Feel the support. Not just to you, but to everyone in this room, right? This is powerful community. And using the strength of your arms, press yourself back up to a comfortable seat. Allowing the energy to settle, feel the pathways open and clear, mind quiet. Bringing our hands together at heart center. Let us bow with gratitude, with reverence and humility for the practice that we shared and the energy that we received. We'll close it by joining our voices in the sacred chant of Om. We'll take a full breath in and exhale. Inhale to receive the breath. Om Shanti, from my heart to yours, Namaste. Thank you guys. Have a great rest of your evening, a wonderful week, first week of March. Look forward to seeing you next Sunday.